Oanh and the Million family. I'm back with another mukbang. Today I am going to make fried rice. Remember my last video I made and I showed y'all how to make the rice? I saved it for today, and this is the pot right here. It's been sitting in the refrigerator. To make fried rice, you always use a day-old fried rice, okay? So we have that. And then I'm also going to make it with, I'm going to eat my fried rice with my Vietnamese bok choy soup that I'm going to make right here, okay? It's going to be delicious. I can't wait for us to get it done so we can eat it. I think at the beginning of the video or at the end, we'll show you, we'll let you see the picture of all the ingredients. Let's get the meat marinated for our Vietnamese bok choy soup, okay? So right here I have about probably a half a pound of ground pork, and I'm gonna put just a tablespoon of fish sauce, okay? So this is fish sauce here. Just a tablespoon of fish sauce in there, okay? Then I'm going to put that little chopped green onions that I made right here. Make sure I don't get the ginger in there, but all those little green onions that I chopped up. I chopped those up finely because I knew those are going to be the one that's going to go into my ground pork, okay? That is it. And then a little bit of garlic powder. I don't really know how to measure. Maybe that's a half a teaspoon, I think. And then some pepper. Maybe this is a half a teaspoon as well of pepper. And then we're going to mix it. Okay? This is going to go in my soup here. So we're going to mix it really well. For my bok choy soup. I love the taste of bok choy. I love it stir fry. I love it in soup. That's what I'm going to make today. Just gives it a really good flavor. Okay, so let me mix it up here. You see, I can smell it. I can smell the fish sauce in it, and it smells really good. Can you see? Look at that mixture. That smell is really good. Okay, all right. So I'm going to put this aside. Okay, I wanted it to marinate a little bit. That's why I did it first. Make sure all the onions are in there. The onion just gives it a very pretty color, okay? So I'm going to put that aside now, okay? Let's put it right there. So we're going to do our fried rice, okay? So the first thing we're going to do with our fried rice is I'm going to turn it on. Put it on high. Let me see here. Okay. And you're probably wondering what meat, what protein. You can use any protein that you want, but make sure you season it very well. Like if you're going to use chicken, make sure you marinate it for, I don't know, with a little bit of oyster sauce, with a little bit of salt, with a little bit of pepper, maybe fish sauce in there, or even if you don't like fish sauce, just to put soy sauce in there. Cut up the meat in bite size, any meat that you want, marinate it for at least 30 minutes. But I'm not using that protein. The protein that I'm going to use has already have all that good flavor in it. A lot of people don't love it, but I absolutely love it, and it's Spam. It used to be called a poor man's meat, but it is not a poor man's meat. It is pretty pricey for a can of Spam. But if you make fried rice with Spam, it just makes it, the rice, everything just tastes so good. The flavor, the meat already has all that flavor in it, so you don't have to season it or anything like that. But like I said, you can use any kind of protein that you want in it. Just make sure you season that protein before you put it in the pan. And so I have that on. It's hot while we were talking. So I'm gonna put the Spam in there. Ooh, look at that! Can you hear that sizzle? Okay. I want it really crispy. So I'm going to turn myself around and put it over here. All right, look at that go. Okay, while the spam is still cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start with my Vietnamese bok choy soup. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my burner again. There we go. I'm going to put some chicken broth in there. I don't know, this is a full box of it, but I'm going to use the ratio 1-to-1 of the chicken broth and also the water. You see me smiling because my son is over there and he dropped something. And then here's the chicken. Okay, so I'm going to go get some more water. I need some more water, so just give me a moment here. Water, not ice. Some water here. Okay, that's perfect. I don't want it all the way up because I'm going to put all the stuff. It's about, I say about 2 inches from the top, okay? Put that right there. Gonna mix the broth and the water. Put that in there. Once that boils, and you look at my, oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. Getting to where the consistency that I wanted. But I want it a little bit crispier, but it's getting there. Okay? Okay, so that is boiling. Let's get that boiling. As you can see, it is getting the way I want it to get, and it's getting crispy, okay? And do you see all that little oil in there? I'm going to use that oil. I'm not going to dump it out because that's what's going to flavor the rice, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop it out. Good thing I have this all at a good angle, don't I? Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some fried rice in there, okay? Some rice that we cooked. And I'm going to do probably half. You hear that? I'm going to probably put half of it in there. All right, now at this time, the fried rice is done, if that's what your kids like. But I'm going to get a few and taste it, make sure. That is really good, but it does need a little bit more salt. And I'm not going to put a lot of soy sauce because I want the color to be a little bit more white than what it is. And then people can add that if they want to. So like I said, this is how my son likes it. We found out later in life, because we went and took him to go get his allergy test, and we found out that the number one thing that he's allergic to is eggs. And they said that when you're allergic to something, you don't like it. You don't like the taste, you don't like anything about it. And we always wondered why he didn't like eggs. Well, turns out he's allergic to it. That was the one thing, the number one thing on the list that they said was that he's allergic to. So I got a bowl so I can take out a whole section for him, because I cannot cook all of this and my son doesn't get to enjoy it either. So he gets his portion. Okay. I know that's a lot, but he can eat it later on too. Okay. So that's his portion. I'm going to go and put it right over here for him. So when we're ready to eat. Okay, so let's look at it. I'm just looking at my soup. Okay, so my next step is I'm going to make a little bowl right here inside. You see that? Make a little bit of a bowl right there. Okay? And I'm going to get the eggs. I'm going to crack it in there. I'm doing it 2 separate batches, but I'm going to mix it all together at once because my pan is not big enough, okay? So before I mix that, I'm going to add the salt and pepper to it. Always season as you go. No, you're not going to over season it because I haven't seasoned the egg. So you're not going to over season things. Just season as you go, okay? And then you just kind of scramble that inside there, okay? You see it? Starting to get scrambled in there. Look at that. Look at that. And then once you do that, then you mix it in, okay? Woo, it smells good, if I say so myself. Look at that. Look at that color. Today I'm going to add a special ingredient in there. I'm going to add a little bit of corn to it to give it a little bit of a sweet taste to it. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit extra flavor and add a little bit of corn in it. Okay, just a little. Not that much at all. And I'm going to mix it in here. Gives it a little bit more color. Okay. And once the corn is cooked, the rice is done. And there you go. Look how pretty that looks. Oh my goodness, look how pretty that is. It's not prettier than me, but you know. Look at that. I can't wait to eat it, y'all. Okay, I think that's it. Look at that. The prepping took more than the cooking, okay? And that is how you make fried rice. It's really whatever you have left over in your refrigerator. If you have a roasted chicken in there, put it in there and fry the chicken up first. You have any shrimp in there, you can throw it in there, whatever you have. My family, we just like the flavor of Spam. So I pick Spam. And I can cook with Spam. Okay? Okay. So that is done. Okay? I'm going to pour it in this pan. Then I'm going to do the second batch and pour it in that pan again. And then we're going to go back to our soup. Okay? So I put the ginger in there. I'm going to mix it up. And this time, yeah, I was like, what is all that? It's the ginger. This time I'm going to add a little bit more salt. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Okay, and just mix it up some more. Okay, so that's boiling. Let me make sure that it's boiling because we're going to put the the raw meat in there now. Oh, well, it wasn't even on. Well, it was, but I probably turned it off. Oh. Okay, so remember that meat that we marinated? Here we go. So I'm not going to put that in there in clumps. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece a little bit at a time like this. I'm going to take another spoon. I'm just going to drop it. Just going to drop it in there. Okay. And I don't want the big to be a big chunk. So just drop it in there a little bit at a time. It's so refreshing too. I love it. I can probably just eat this by itself with rice, with steamed rice. I should have saved some steamed rice from the before I used them all, so that I could have some with this. Just pour this over the steamed rice. Ooh. So, but anyways, it made a lot, you know. And so, let me see here. You see that? Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Okay, so I want to make sure that that is cooked all the way. So, let's see here. Oh, that smells so good too. Look at that. I want to get that. Look at that. And it's almost cooked because I only put a little bit in there and I waited for the broth to steam up. Okay. Look at all that. It's starting to get there. So I'm going to turn it down a tad bit because it's boiling a lot. And I just want to get a little bit to see if I need to add more salt to it. And I got another spoon, so. I taste the ginger. Needs a little bit more salt. But I taste that ginger. That ginger in there is delicious. That is so good. So that one is done there. And I'm going to get another spoon because I want to see. I'll get my soup spoons out. My little soup spoon. I want to make sure, because if not, I might put in the fish sauce in there. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. Just a little bit more. But that is good. I love that taste of the ginger. That taste of the ginger is delicious. Okay. So then I'm going to put it back to boiling. My last step for this one is the bok choy. Okay. I'm going to wait for it to boil. And the meat is done, y'all. The meat is done because it was really little. Look at that. There's no pink to it or anything. It is brown. That's the way you want it, okay? Look at that. And then the ginger in there. The ginger is giving it a good flavor. Okay, so I'm going to let it bring back to a boil again because I turned it down a little bit. I thought I was turning it down, but but it turned off on me. There it goes again. There it goes. Okay, there it goes. Okay. So I'm going to wait for it to, oh, there it goes. It's boiling. So the last thing you do is you put in your bok choy. I love bok choy. You don't want to cook it too long, but you want to cook it for this part is cooked, okay? Because the stem part is going to cook pretty quickly. And that's it. That is my broth, my soup that I'm going to eat with my fried rice. Look at all that. Get all of that in there. And the rest of them is green onion. You're probably going, what are you going to do with those onions? Well, that is going to be the topping for my fried rice. Okay? Alrighty. There it goes. That is it, y'all. This is the soup the bok choy soup. Okay? I can't wait. It smells so good. Look at all that. And look at all that goodness. Oh, look. Look at how the color is so green. But we're waiting for the stem part to get a little bit soft. But this part, look at that. So good. Okay, we're just letting it boil. It's done. You can eat it, but I'm going to let it sit right here a little bit more, okay? Okay, my Oanh Million family. I hope you enjoyed that video of us cooking. I've cleaned up our little mess and now we're going to sit and enjoy what we did, okay? So I got myself a little bit of fried rice and I got a little bit of my bok choy soup, Vietnamese bok choy soup. And look at all that goodness in there. Look at the meat that I did right there. And then look at this. Okay, so let's try it and see. I'm going to have water with it. That's good. All right. Of course, you're my guest. Take a bite. You get first bite. Go. Okay. That is good. Mm. Mm. And remember, I told you about that meat, and I said, oh, I'll probably fry it, eat it with my steamed rice later. I know, and it just clicked on me that I'll just fry it and put it in with my fried rice. And there it is. Look. Mm, that's good. Mm, that's good. And let's try our soup. I love bok choy. I love the way it tastes. Mm. You know you cooked it well because it's still crunchy. Mm. It's it's got the crunchy taste, but it has the well cooked. It's not raw. Look at that. And then of course your meat. Mm. That is so good. But I always like to eat it with pepper. I like my soups with pepper. Look at that ginger. Look at that goodness in there. Mmm. Mm. That soup is delicious. Mm. Oh wow. The bok choy gives it a really good soup to it, a vegetable. Or maybe it's the ginger, because I taste the ginger. It's good. There you go. Mmm. Mmm. That was delicious. I'm going to switch over to my rice. Can't forget my rice. Mm. So while I was cooking, I was saying, that spring break is around the corner and everybody's going to be going. Comment comment on my video and tell me where y'all are going. What y'all are doing for spring break. Mm. Mm. That is delicious. Mm. Just balance it out because the rice, has no. It's dry. It's not dry, but there's no soup to help it to go down. So you always eat it with some kind of soup. Mm. I really like the broth. It kind of tastes like the miso soup, but to me, it just has more flavor. Mm. I normally don't put um corn in it, but it's very good. It gives it a little bit of a sweet taste. And you saw me how I did it. It's not hard at all. Just whatever you have in your refrigerator, take it out. Leftovers, you don't want to throw it away. It's still good. Put it together. Mm. Oh my God, it's so good. I gotta get every bit of it. That is delicious. Well, I hope you enjoy another one of my mukbang. This today I made fried rice with the leftover rice, spam because I like the spam, and some eggs. And then I also did my Vietnamese bok choy soup, and it was delicious. And bok choy, I still have half of it left in there that I can make it another day. So it's really good. So subscribe to my channel if you like this. Excuse me, and comment, ring my bell so that every time I download a video, it'll let you know, and you can jump on my YouTube channel and watch it. I hope that you're taking what I show you and making it. And if you do make it, take a picture of it and put it on my comment and tell me what you think. And if you add something, tell me that too, because you might be teaching me something, okay? So you have a great evening. If you're going somewhere for spring break, please be careful. And thank you for being my Oanh in the Million family.